Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to Llandaff Cathedral's abandoned graveyard. So this will be fun. If you didn't know, if you haven't followed the channel from the start, abandoned graveyard was one of the first things I explored. But this one is beside of a cathedral, for God's sakes. It looks really good. And also it is really windy out because it's coming to the end of Storm Franklin in Wales. So I just decided to risk it and just go and do it. So without further ado, before we get into the video now proper, just a little bit about the history of Llandaff Cathedral. Many think Llandaff Cathedral was constructed on an old Celtic church site. There's little to prove this. The cathedral's origin dates back to the Norman conquest when Glamorgan was occupied by the Normans. Llandaff Cathedral chapter was formed by Bishop de Henry Abergavenny in 1214. So yeah, waiting for the bus now. On my way to Llandaff, but first I'm going to get in Cardiff, get off at the central station, then walk over to Philharmonic, which is the Tom Handy one. It's basically like what I did with Llandaff, I got so looks like the wind is somewhat settled, so we might actually hear it today. Yeah. But there's a couple of things I want to show you, especially the raw Right, I'm on the bus now to Llandaff. As you can see the Philharmonic behind me, which is a big pub Cardiff. So I should be there. I don't know what's in store for me at all. I really don't. I don't know if I'm there or whatever. But while I'm on here, I'm gonna search for the place. I'll see you on the other side. Right, I made a great start. I got off the wrong bus stop. I am in Llandaff, so I'm in the right place. I just got off the wrong bus stop, so now I've got to walk about 10 minutes to get to the cathedral. If I go off on the right bus stop, you can actually see the cathedral straight ahead, it's a spire, but if I got off at the right bus stop, it would have taken about 2 minutes. But I have to add that extra, so I'll be there very shortly. Here we go, welcome to Llandaff Cathedral. Just zoom in a little bit. If you can see like the tile discoloration on our roof, you can guess our part is quite new. Obviously, there's quite a few parts of this side of the building is fairly new. As you can see, like the old stone by there, that's darker than that. Just because that was bombed in 1941. Quite a few things happened to Llandaff Cathedral. So, while I go down to see the memorial, this is a little bit of a history lesson of the disasters of Llandaff Cathedral. The cathedral has had a murky history. During the English Civil War, the cathedral was overrun by Oliver Cromwell's troops. They seized the books in the library and taken them to Cardiff Castle, to where they would be burnt along with the Lord's Prayer. The great storms of 1703 and 1720 saw the tower suffer a small roof collapse. It took 30 years for the funds to be raised and for it to be replaced and repaired. In more recent history, in January 1941, the cathedral was severely damaged by a parachute mine dropped by a German Luftwaffe plane. It dropped near the cathedral though, not on the cathedral, but the roof was blown off, the nave, the south aisles and the chapter house were damaged. Also the top spire was completely gone. Right by here is the memorial stone for that exact bombing in 1941. It says, on January the 2nd, 1941, the cathedral was devastated by an enemy landmine, which fell in the place now set apart on the receiving cremated remains of the faithful departed. So as you can see, this little circle area cut out is where the landmine would have dropped during World War II. And it devastated all of this side. I think that spire up there is brand new because that was damaged by the landmine. All this by here was damaged. That's what happened during the Second World War. So now let's go ahead and find this graveyard. So here I am, Llandaff Cathedral. Let's find this graveyard. It's obviously a cathedral. Llandaff is considered a city itself as well, within a city. It's like a London sort of thing going on, where they have cities within cities. They've got Westminster, which is in London. It's complicated. I'll get to it when I do a London video. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Here we go, Pritchard's Bridge. So we're gonna walk over this now, because this is where it is. It's literally down here. I can see a few headstones straight away, and you can just look. As you can see over there, there's a couple of headstones. But obviously, before we go and explore some of these graves, there is something that's quite spectacularly stands out from here. Probably the River Taff as well. Over there, this is literally at the end of this graveyard. But Jesus Christ, look at this. Look at that. I'll come back to these now. But when you do come to this graveyard, you are greeted by this absolutely stunning yew tree. Like, that's how it grows, yew trees. It's not carved that way, I discovered. I always thought it was carved that way. But let's have a look at this graveyard then. This looks spectacular to see. I'm going now straight ahead from the yew tree to these couple of graves by here. It's going to start by here. Let's do it here. So we're going to be looking at the first one. John Morris. Let's get down to it a little bit more. Oh God, I'm gonna fall. John Morris, who departed this life November the 16th, 1875, aged 50. Also of Anne Morris, the wife of above, who died July the 11th, 1899, aged 64. So obviously this was during the Victorian industrial era, and a lot of these people didn't have a great life expectancy, especially if they were working down the coal mines, in workhouses, ironworks, wherever they could get a job in. They didn't have the best life expectancy. So we got more by here now. I'm just gonna cut through off this bog into this part by here. This one is really hard to read, but I can guess it says Christopher Sage, who died in Llandaff, October the 26th, 1877. That's a bit of an older grave. You can see all it's been reclaimed by nature. You've got Emily O'Leary. Could be one of the Irish emigrated to Cardiff, because they did a lot of them settle in Llandaff. 91 years old. But I don't have the date of deaths on there. But this grave is quite something to see by here, because it is falling down. Out stinging nettle. But that's one that's just like incredible to look at. Yeah, you cannot be buried in this graveyard anymore, because after World War II they've run out of space, and the cathedral doesn't own this graveyard like it used to. It's owned by Cardiff Council now, but it was due to the immigration to Cardiff and migration to Cardiff during the Industrial Revolution. When trade was booming, people were settling down on Tiger Bay docks, and Catholics came here to obviously worship in the cathedral, because this was one of the only few parishes, fully Catholic parish in Cardiff. Also, with the cathedral being a big monument of God, it's something to like be around. Say you're a Catholic Spaniard who's come into Cardiff to work. Seeing Llandaff Cathedral was somewhere which they would be drawn to. So we're going to be going up this dirt path at the moment. So beside me there is loads of graves, as you can see if I turn. There's loads. It's so overgrown there, I literally can't get to them ones. But I'll give you a bit of a closer look in a second now. I just need to get a better angle. As you can see, there's loads more by here. We just walk up. I would go and like explore the names and like the lives they've had, but it's just so overgrown. I might be able to do one or two, I might be able to do 1 or 2 by here now, but that is a push. Yeah, it might be a push, but I can get by here. Let's look at it. I just don't understand why Cardiff Council just let it get like this. The disrespect. There's another yew tree by here as well. There's got to be like marking different parts of the graveyard. These stones round by here do look a little bit more modern, so let's have a look at them ones. But this is another yew tree. There it is, look at that for a yew tree, it's quite spectacular. You got Thomas Hughes, born February 1800, died January 1873, obviously the age of 73. Well, 76 actually, never really made his 73rd birthday. But then you've got this really nice looking grave. This looks quite nicely maintained as well. Thomas Kirby, the beloved husband of Elizabeth Kirby, who died October the 17th, 1872 at the age of 55. Also Henrietta Annie, the beloved wife of F.R. Evans and daughter of Above, who died May the 30th, 1895, aged 32. Really young. We'll go around this tree by here now and just have a look at this one. By here. This is Thomas, the beloved husband of Martha Hurst, who died January the 5th, 1893, aged 60. He was a foreman of the Canton Fireworks. So he was part of the Industrial Revolution, or the Industrial Boom, sorry. Then we're going to have a look by here. I'm going to be careful by here because this is a tree grown in someone's grave, so it might be a bit not secure and I don't want to walk over it anyway. I'm going to put a zoom in there. You've got Anne Bishop, who died April the 14th, 1872, aged 11 years old. Then you've got Clara, sister of Above, died 1886, aged 17 years old. And also Mary, who was 66, the mother of them. A lot of them are young really in this graveyard. They died so young. Like I say, a lot of them probably come down to the disease, the poor living conditions they were given in, because there was no doubt some of these people who lived here were poor. They were working in these factories, ironworks, print works, whatever, coal mines, just to make a living. So let's go and have a look at other parts of this graveyard, and I think that might be the end of it. Just looking at stones here in this graveyard, because this is the newest part. It's still part of the cathedral, but this is the war graves. This is the one you can't be buried in as a new plot, even though it's like say space for there. They can't bury you there, but you can be added to a grave if it's family members. This is obviously another part I think is still owned by the cathedral, but is operated by Cardiff Council. They've got like some sort of agreement to work it out. I'm going to loop around, go to the second part now of this abandoned cemetery, because it is fascinating. This I never thought like it would be just like stuck in the middle of Cardiff, like all this, and you just don't recognise it to be under the trees on the banks of the Taff. It's quite fascinating, I'd say. You are looking at people's lives, what lives they may have lived, and just speculating on that. So we're just going to loop back around, back under the trees, and then I would say we're going to look in the cathedral a bit and see if I can find, because sometimes they have the death record, so you might be able to know what they were doing. I said there was going to be more, but I think this is literally the last bit of it by here. Just round this corner. You've got this grave by here. The Bentrix Amy, deeply loved child of, foreign name, I can't understand that to be honest. I'm not even going to attempt it out of respect of the country of origins, language or whatever. I don't like doing pronunciations. There's another one by here. I don't think that's about it. Oh, there might be more down here actually. There is a little bit by these blown down trees, probably from Storm Eunice, so it's time to crouch, and I can see quite a few. By it's quite a modern one by here actually. It looks like a war one because there is poppies laid down by there. So in loving memory of George Frederick Insull, born in 1847, died in 1917. So he's a World War I veteran, I'm guessing. So people who died in 1932. So let's just carry on, I think. There's quite a few here. You know, the cathedral bells going off. So I think there's only like one little section by here I haven't looked at, so we're just going to go straight to that and then have a look into the cathedral grounds, because this has been fascinating, and like I said, it's been quite sad to see how Cardiff Council done nothing about this. Hasn't even bothered maintaining it. So we're just going to go around that little corner over there. I think it's on the bank of the Taff, and that's about it in this graveyard. It's quite small because there is a modern part which I haven't explored because it is in use and is still new, so we'll just have a look at that now. Just think this is definitely the last bit now. I can see the gate, so I'll probably be wandering back into the cathedral now. So this is just fascinating. I just find it so fascinating now. It's forgotten, this place is, like, by everyone. This place is probably one of the most known cathedral graveyards or graveyards in Cardiff, so, and it's just left. There's another yew tree. There's a couple of graves around by here. I'm not going to have a look completely at them. I'm just going to get them on camera for you. It feels like it's the most maintained part of here, probably because it is on the banks of the Taff. I think it's on the other side of that football pitch by there, the Taff. I can hear it. But yeah, well, this is some place I never thought I'd see. So yeah, that ends the video in the graveyards. Now I'm gonna wander back into Llandaff Cathedral, have a quick look there, and probably end the video there. I won't be too long filming the cathedral. I just want to get like a certain part in, so there's a bit. And also let's find our Roald Dahl memorial. I want to find out where it is. See the gates to get back out on the main road anyway, so let's do it. Right, I couldn't get into the cathedral, but I'm just gonna have a quick look at this. These ruins by here, so let's find out where they are. So I'm going to it now. So I'm here, so number 4, this is the old bell tower. This is what's left of the bell tower. Jeez. Image of what it would look like. See, this is imagery which you have seen in the video. By here. We're gonna loop around, there's a little stone plaque by here. So I realised the Roald Dahl stuff is actually in the school, and I can't get into the school grounds because it is obviously a working school. So this is the World War I memorial. Oh, you can see the entrance into the bell tower by here. The walkway. I think this used to be massive, used to be high, and now it's just little ruins with the cathedral inside. I feel like this is quite a fitting way to end the video, but tell me what you think of this graveyard. It was quite spectacular and something to see. So if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment what else you would like to see down below. I'm hoping there's a big pit of Llandaff battery next, so keep your eyes peeled, subscribe to the channel, and see you